I'm interviewing Dr. Alegra Melillo for Career of the Month. Hi, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, I have some few questions for you, and my first question would be, can you explain what your position at the University of Colorado Health Center is? Health Science Center, sorry.
So I'm a family doctor, and I work in the Department of Family Medicine. I see patients and I teach medical students, and I also run two programs. One is the Aurora Lights program for the entire Metro Denver area.
Okay. My second question would be, when did you decide that the medical field was your future career pathway?
I decided during college that I wanted to be a doctor. I had experiences volunteering in emergency rooms, and then after college I volunteered in a student-run clinic that served the community in Ohio, and based on those experiences I decided that I wanted to be a doctor, and so I applied to medical school at that time.
Okay. What were the steps you took to get there, and how did it take, and how long did it take you to get there?
So the steps that I took to get to medical school, number one, I had to take special classes during college. I had to take a lot of introductory science classes, like introductory biology, introductory chemistry, and then I had to take multiple upper level science classes. So science and math were two of the most important areas of classwork that I had to take. Then I had to take a special test called the MCAT, which all medical students have to take in order to get into medical school. And this is kind of like a very, very hard CSAP or ACT test that you have to study and prepare for. Other things that I needed to do to make sure that I was a good candidate for medical school was do volunteer work in the community, serving people who were disadvantaged, who didn't have a lot of the things that maybe wealthier people have. So I volunteered in soup kitchens, I volunteered in community clinics, and so providing service to others was really important. And then I also did research in science, in basic science, during my undergraduate years and after. So those were things that helped me get to medical school. And I recommend that if anybody wants to go into any health professional field, that you look into doing all of those things. And then to become a doctor, after getting to medical school, I went through 4 years of medical school, and then after that, I did 3 years of residency training, or training as a doctor in family medicine.
Okay. So that means you took a lot of science classes?
I took a lot of science classes. I took advanced level math classes, but you also have to do well in your reading and writing, because it's really important as a doctor, but to be able to write well as well.
So volunteering with other patients, like you said, with
community clinics.
Yeah, does that help you with college, getting into college and working into?
So to get into college, I did a lot of volunteer work with soup kitchens. I organized students, so I was a leader of other students that helped me get into the school that I went to Yale University, but I went to inner city public schools all throughout from kindergarten basically to 12th grade in Washington, D.C. So I went to schools just like North. I went to school like Montview for elementary, and I went to a school like Hinckley High School. So I went to very similar schools in DC But some of the things that made me stand out as a candidate to get to Yale University, which is a high-level school, was I did really well in my classes. I made sure that I always had very top grades. I studied very hard for the SATs, and then I did a lot of, again, volunteer work, and I did a lot of leadership. So I was a student leader of organizations and clubs. I participated in sports, like I was on the swim team, and then I did a lot of community service in the DC area.
My last question for you would be, what's a message that you would give out to kids that are looking into the medical field pathway, and what they can do in order to keep going into that light?
Okay, so I would recommend a few things to students who really want to become a health professional in their future. Number one, stay in school and really take advantage of every learning opportunity you have in school, because you never know which one is going to make the difference for you in order to achieve your goal. So doing well in your classes, getting yourself prepared for important tests like the ACT is also a really important piece. And then being involved in your community, both your school and outside. I think that those things really help shape you as a young adult and help you then also present yourself to colleges and universities as someone that they want to have in their community. So being a part of Aurora Lights, I think, is one of the best things that could happen to anyone. I wish I had had something like that during my high school and middle school career, and I didn't. I had to find those things on my own. So really taking advantage of every opportunity that you can with Aurora Lights would be great to really help build your resume for when you go on to apply for college.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and that's it.
All right, thank you.